Thank you, Gabriel, for Politico. What's the Commission's assessment of President Donald Trump's statements overnight? Is this a vindication of, the diplomatic outreach to the White House? Do you share the assessment that Ukraine can regain full control of its Russian-occupied territory? And President Trump also said that he believed that Hungary would go ahead with quitting Russian oil if he picked up the phone to Viktor Orban. Do you share that hope? Do you welcome Trump's intervention on that issue?
Thank you for your question, dear Gabriel. I'm going to set a small ground rule for today's press briefing. Just first of all to remind you that we don't comment on comments as a rule at the European Commission. So if you wish to ask us specific questions on the areas of work carried out by the European Commission on behalf of the citizens of Europe, I invite you to do so. So, Gabriel, would you like to ask me a question?
I'll rephrase. Do you share President Donald Trump's assessment that Ukraine, with European support, can regain full control over the territory illegally occupied by Russia? And would you welcome President Donald Trump's intervention in the Repower EU plans to try and get the EU off of Russian oil and in those negotiations with Budapest?
Okay, thanks very much for your question. So we're going to take them bit by bit. First, as regards Ukraine, I'll hand over to Anitta in a second, but I think it's really important to emphasise that we welcome that the engagement with the US is now so strong and meaningful as regards coordinated efforts to try to end Russia's aggression. That engagement hasn't happened by accident. It has happened because President von der Leyen and other European leaders have been working tirelessly to make sure that all relevant global partners, in particular the US, are engaging on these issues as they should be, as they need to be. So we will continue doing so. We saw yesterday the meeting between Presidents von der Leyen and Trump, which we consider to be extremely positive in this respect. And I'll hand over the floor to Anitta to complement as necessary.
Thank you so much, Olof. When it comes to Ukraine, in view of the statements that we've seen, I'm really happy to give you again our position, which is very clear in terms of both us, the US, and most of all Ukraine, wanting this war to end. The Ukrainian people have been courageously fighting to protect their freedom, democracy and sovereignty, and upholding Ukraine's independence, sovereignty and territorial integrity is crucial. This is a position that we have had throughout, so this is very welcome in this regard. And last final point, a crucial element, Russia can stop the killing at any moment. They can just stop and withdraw all forces and military equipment from Ukraine's territory within its internationally recognized borders.
Many thanks, Anitta, for that very clear answer. Colleagues, what I propose to do, Gabriel, if you agree, I'll cluster questions along the foreign affairs diplomatic lines with Anitta now, and we'll come back to the energy aspects. I'll bring Anna Kaiser up at that point. Jorge, go ahead.